Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2009 Lexus ES350. Up front is a 3.5 liter V6, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Lexus ES because I actually have a gap in my ESs in which I filmed. I filmed early 2000s ones, I filmed more recent ones, and now we get to drive the late 2000s, early 2010s ES. My neighbor growing up had one of these in blue, so I've always been a little interested in them, and today we're taking a look at the ES350 from '09. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. Last but not least, huge thank you to North Naperville Autos for letting me borrow their Lexus ES for today's video. More on them towards the end, but if you'd like to browse their inventory, you can do so down in the description below. But let's get back to that 3.5 liter V6. Well, that is one of the major reasons why this vehicle is so good. It is a 2GR FE from Toyota Lexus, and this has been the absolute workhorse of the last decade to 2 decades. It is so fantastic, not only in its reliability, but it delivers a good enough power number that I'll put on the screen to feel luxurious, to work in this application, and to work in many different applications. We saw a version of this in the Sienna. We saw a version of this in the Tacoma. We saw a version of this in the Camry, and so it's able to fit a lot of applications and do that job very well while being a 300,000 mile motor. That can't be said about a lot of engines. Like I said, paired to it is a 6-speed automatic. It's doing fine, it's shifting, it's doing the job. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's here, and that's it. Last but not least about the ES, it is front-wheel drive. Now, later ESs, you could find them in all-wheel drive, but this is only front here today in the snow. How does it feel to drive the Lexus ES350 from '09? It's nice. It's very, very nice. 2 things. First of all, it is noticeably better than an '09 Camry. It just dampens way better, it presents itself on the road way better, it's calmer, it feels more collected. That's what I like to see. The other thing is that visibility is good, and it has the luxury car feeling that I'm looking for when I'm moving up to the Lexus badge. My back is being soothed over bumps rather than punished, and that's what I love. I love driving these cars, especially after I just got out of a Jeep Wrangler to break the fourth wall here. I filmed a Jeep Wrangler right before this. This is like floating on a heavenly cloud high above the Mushroom Kingdom when compared to the Wrangler. There's a next-gen ES. Kind of cool. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 4 physical gauges. Off to the left is the tachometer and coolant temperature. Off to the right is the speedometer and fuel. Then you do get a little digital readout there in the center. On the steering wheel on the left, we do have our volume, skip track, and mode. And off to the right, we have our phone options and display with a little cruise control stalk down to the bottom right. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent, our power mirror switches, gas cap release, and trunk release. And moving out of the door, we have 2 levels of memory seats, lock and unlock, and power windows, which are all auto. In case you didn't know, there's a giant label telling you that. Moving into the center, we do get our climate control vents. We get our climate controls themselves along with a digital clock, hazard switch. Love to see that it does have dual zone climate for the driver and passenger. CD player that the ES would hold on to for another decade and a half. Favorites, some adjustment, tune, volume, things like that. This overall look of the center is very, very good. I like this almost like tombstone style that they have going on. I think it presents itself really well. I think it's classy, and it just is somewhat visually interesting. A lot of cars from this era are very blobby and undirected. This actually looks nice. We do have, of course, an ashtray and cigarette lighter. We have the shifter in the center, all surrounded by wood accenting. And we do have cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test. It fails, but I could have told you that a long time ago. Behind those cup holders, we do have heated and ventilated seats. Very, very nice features. Then we get a very peculiarly opening center console. This is very strange. I've never seen this before. Not totally sure the benefits of this, but hey, it looks friggin' sweet. And then we have the seats themselves. They are power and memory. Very, very comfortable here today. And again, really help out that luxurious idea that Lexus was going for in this era. And it's to be expected, but always nice to confirm. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats. So let's go do a back seat review. All right, getting in the back of the ES, you do notice this rear door is actually pretty big, but getting into the back, stepping in casually, I can already tell that this is pretty doggone comfortable. Once we are back here, we do have 2 climate vents. Love to see that, but nothing down below. We do have these sort of pull-out rear cubbies. That's kind of nice. The leather carries on back here. Very, very nice, very presentable as well. You have this giant openable cubby with some more cup holders in there. So lots of amenities back here. You get to enjoy the sunroof and whatnot. I'm comfortable. My head's not hitting the ceiling. Love when that happens or / doesn't happen. It's a big, comfy car. That's it. It's simple. It's front wheel drive, reliable, all of that. And on this cold, cold day, I really feel like just curling up and just taking a little snooze in the back of the ES350. Now, I have a job to do. I have to bring you guys more videos every day, but man, I would take an extra moment if I could. Maybe I'll take an extra moment now. That was good. Let's hop into the back and talk about the trunk. All right, around the back of the Lexus ES350, I popped it from inside, and there you go. That is the rear trunk space. Nothing crazy, nothing interesting. We could pull this floor mat up. We do get a spare tire, and that looks like an alloy spare tire, which is pretty nice. So there you go. That's some niceties back there, but otherwise, that's the trunk space. Nothing unique, nothing interesting, but it works. Pretty sizable for the caliber of car. Handle up here. There you go. Now we gotta talk about the looks. I like the look of the ES350 from 09. It's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It just kind of exists. And I think it's aged somewhat gracefully. I think it is very clearly dated, but it doesn't look ancient. It's fine enough. It kind of has blobby styling from the 2000s. I was praising the interior for not having blobby styling, but now I'm back to criticizing the exterior because of its blobby styling. So it is what it is. It's fine. When I think of an ES, this is the generation that I think of. Again, my neighbor had one growing up, so I think I just have a lot more time staring at one. But here it is. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the Lexus ES350 from 2009? Well, of course, this has been a very, very pleasurable experience. It rides great. The seats are super comfortable. You might think I'm joking, but the heat works very well today, which again, the Wrangler I drove earlier this morning did not have good working heat. So that is very, very welcome. I think this is one of, if not the best used car you can buy on the market. I've said this in a lot of other Lexus videos, but I'm going to say it here again. The V6 is unstoppable. It makes good power and will be reliable until the aliens invade. This is an apocalypse-ready motor, in my opinion, and that's pretty sweet. But you also have great amenities in here. It has a lot nicer of a feeling. As I mentioned with the ride is so much better than a Camry. And now the prices compared to a Camry, if you look at an 09 Camry and an 09 ES350 of the same mileage and same year, it's gonna be pretty similar prices. You get a lot more bang for your buck with this. These cars are modern enough to be safe. I would much rather put my girlfriend, or one day when I have a child, I would much rather put them into this car as opposed to a 90s Lexus, just in terms of the advancements in safety technology that have taken place over the last 20, 30, 40 years. And honestly, I would much rather drive this than a new Sentra. I would much rather drive this than a new base model Hyundai Elantra, and these can be found for much cheaper prices. So honestly, truly, this as a purchase is a no-brainer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to North Naperville Autos for letting me borrow their ES350 for today's video. They are absolutely wonderful. They always have cool and interesting vehicles on their lot. They are Carfax certified, they ship to the 48 states, and they offer financing. So whatever vehicle need you might have, North Naperville Autos will meet. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.